Hello, hello, welcome back to another episode of I, Captain of My Ship. Today I'd like to talk about behavior of children. If you don't like the behavior of your child, what can you do? I like to start with an example, because I think with examples we can learn a lot from that. Imagine you are painting a wall and your child is playing next to you. And while you're painting, you cannot pass your child because it's playing there in the area. And you have asked your child to already move um, before, and the child just went on playing and he did not listen. So now you're very close to the child and you want to continue your painting, so you just want to finish it, so you want to move on. So you can say something like, yeah, get out of my way, and or say something unnice to your child. With doing that, behaving that, you blame the child, and you give the responsibility to your child. But and and this has an effect on the self-esteem of your child, because a child, if you say bad things to your child, then a child can start to doubt him or herself. So that's not what you want. But how can you be clear in your communication when you want to move on and finish the painting of your wall without hurting the self-esteem of your child? Make sure that you can move on. Well, for example, every situation is different, of course, but for example, you can say something like, for me, it's hard if you stay here and continue playing here at this area. So in this way, I cannot move on with my painting, and I like to finish my painting today. If you and then you can give an alternative for your child. If you could please move just a few meters or start to play in another room or whatever is your circumstance, of course. So you give an alternative for your child. Then a child knows, then it means that you take the responsible of your own feelings, and you tell your child what behavior does and what effect it has on you as a parent. And this way, most of the time, a child wants nothing more than a parent to be happy. So most of the time, if you communicate this way, then a child starts to understand, oh, my parent wants to finish this painting. And then it's more likely that a child can say yes, and it moves to the other place that you showed or you asked. So yes, it's not always easy, I understand. But if you communicate and tells a child what something does to you and what it and you communicate with the I think, for me, I think it's hard. For me, it's hard to move on and finish the painting today if you keep playing here. Could you please move to another place? If you talk like that, then a child knows what to do and is expected. Another situation, I like to give another example. Imagine that you have an appointment with your child, that after school he or she would come home immediately, so you both would go to the city and buy new shoes or new clothes or a present or whatever. You have a date with your child. You would have some time together, and you are really looking forward as a parent to this time together, one-on-one. And 3:30, your child isn't coming. 4:30, 5 o'clock, and at least. And finally, way too late, your child enters the room. And you know that the shops are closed and it's time to prepare dinner, and there's no more time to go to the city like you agreed and you promised. Then you can be rude to your child and say nasty things. But you can also say something what it did to you. You can say something like, I was really looking forward to our appointment together to go to the city and do some fun things or buy something. So I feel disappointed that you came home too late. So that way a child knows what it did to you, and you take the own responsibility of your own feelings. And I think this will really help you um, to take responsible of your own feelings, and you can just be honest about this without blaming your child. And this way, your child does not have to doubt his or her own self esteem. So, if you can look at your own situation and think of a situation where you have reacted a certain way, and you can think back, what could I have done different if, with this knowledge that I have right now, what can I do to apply this in my life? So please try to talk from the I, so a child knows, oh, it's not me, it's the parent who has a problem. And yeah, I hope this really helps you also to um, have a better bond with your child, and the child will not be hurt in his or her own feelings, and take the own responsibility of his or her own life, of course. And by giving this example, a child also learns how to communicate, because as a parent, you always set the example. So I hope you really liked it and it inspired you to look at behavior from your child in a different way and how you can communicate. If you liked it, thumbs up. And if you want to know more about how to set boundaries and also give space for emotions when raising children, just look at the description below and send an email, and then I will inform you as soon as an information workshop will start about this subject. Okay, I hope to see you there. Bye bye.